We ready? Okay, we're here at the Adafruit factory in the Borough of Manhattan with Borough President Gale Brewer visiting today. Thank you for coming all the way uptown.
I am so excited to be here. Woman-owned, in Manhattan, manufacturing, and very cool products.
And it doesn't get better. We're doing it here. We're going to give a quick tour so you can see all the cool stuff that's happening here, all the Adafruit folks that are working here today on this very chilly but productive day. So let's go check out the machinery that we have in the factory.
Thank you.
All right, so let's start with the stencils. These are really cool looking. So these are...
They're very cool looking.
These are actually made in New Jersey by a company called Met.
They are so cool.
And these are like thin sheets. Have you ever done silk screening?
Yeah, but this
is metal silk screening. So there's little holes cut, and then in the next machine we press metal through and then put the components on. So we get these made one per product. And you see they store very nicely.
They store beautifully. Now what do people, other than art, what do people use them for?
So these stencils in manufacturing, what we do is we have these very microscopic electronic components that we place onto the circuit board.
Got it.
And to get them to stick to the circuit board, we use this sticky metal paste.
Got it.
And the stencil makes sure that the paste goes only where it's supposed to go.
Got it.
Exactly like that. You're good. We're going to hire you after this.
No. I couldn't begin to. This is so amazing.
So these are all the components. So we buy, hundreds of thousands of dollars of electronic components and ship them here, and they come on reels. And if you see, each reel has little pockets, and they pop out one at a time, like perfect, synchronized clockwork. And this is our storage rack. So this is the coming attractions for the machinery.
This place is so clean and beautiful.
I know. We have a nice concrete floor.
Oh
nice.
My God.
This is our prototyping lab.
Oh, well, 3D.
We got a 3D printer.
That's a cool 3D.
It's super cool. And we have the old stencils, so you can see we're actually making art. These are the small ones, so now we've upgraded.
Wow.
You can take one of these home. You can hang it up in your office if you like. I have them hanging up at home. Prototyping and designing new products happens here. And we have a bunch of cool prototyping equipment that lets us do that. This is the exciting part. This is the machine line. It's called a line because it's in a line.
Yeah.
Each machine does one task and then passes the product to the next task. And we have about 6 machines in a row.
Wow.
Okay, so the first machine in our line is the destacker. And this one takes the custom circuit boards that we design here.
Right.
And I designed them over there at my desk.
Right.
All the way 10 feet over there. And then we put in a stack of 50, and it just pops out one at a time.
But you designed this yourself.
This we designed here.
This
is custom made. And then we have the PCBs made in Colorado, sometimes elsewhere in the Philippines or in China and Korea, depending on what kind of circuit board.
Yep.
We do the rest of the manufacturing here. The circuit boards require big chemical baths, and you have to run them 24 hours. So it doesn't make sense for us to do that here.
Got it.
But the rest of the stuff does. So this destacker is the first step. Before we got this machine, we would just have to feed each one.
Goodness.
No, annoying. So now we have this lovely machine.
Okay.
This is the stenciling machine.
Oh, okay. That's like what you showed me earlier.
Yeah, so this is that stencil.
Yeah.
This is coming up next. So we're going to make a microphone.
Yep.
And you can see inside.
Yep. Please don't open this one.
No, you can't. It's locked.
Good.
I couldn't open it. There's an emergency stop for you too. All it does is squeegee that metal very carefully. And then over here,
shows you what
it does a vision check, and it takes a photo, and it checks did it do a good job.
Got it.
So it's going through each one of these little pieces.
Got it.
Taking a photo, checking, and being like, is it good? If there's a failure, it alerts the operator. They come over, and they might have to clean the stencil or put more paste down.
Okay.
And then the machine pops the board down.
Yep.
To the next machine.
Yeah, I see it. Yep. Now, nobody else in the world has this lineup like you?
This is the only lineup in Manhattan. I don't think anyone else has this equipment.
That's incredible.
Next up, we have Noah. Hey. Hi.
Hi, Noah. How are you?
Hi, Noah.
I'm Gale Brewer, Manhattan Borough President. Very nice. I'm glad everything was okay when she opened the machine.
We do this all the time. No problem.
You can tell he's in because he has engineer pants on. So he's dressed for the occasion, and he helps run the machine. So this is the pick and place.
This is the one you opened when I saw you going like that.
Yeah. So I think it actually needs a little it needs a changeover. So you see the machine stops and it
Yep.
alerted him.
Yep.
Because all these components you saw, they come out on the tape.
Yeah.
They eventually run out. And they run out at slightly different times. So the machine will ping and say, hey,
I need more tape.
I need more tape. So each one of those, see there's like 12 little teeth,
Yeah.
little vacuum pickups. It picks up the component and places it perfectly. It takes a photo and places it exactly in the right location.
Oh my God, this is unbelievable.
In very, very, very high precision. This is made by Samsung. So they actually made these machines to make cell phones. So this is a cell phone making machine, but we're using it to make sensors and games and devices. So this can place 100,000 components per hour.
Oh my God.
Like super fast and super accurately.
Wow.
And then it comes down to this machine. This machine is an earlier version. We actually got this one first.
Okay.
This one has only 6 nozzles.
Okay.
It's better at bigger parts.
Right.
So chunkier, so this is a micro USB connector, a battery connector. Does the same thing, it does vision checking, and we have to program these machines. So every time we make a new product, the team here has to go through and tell the machine where to move and how to do it. So that's the high-tech skill required.
Yep.
This does the hard work of actually placing the parts.
I got it, okay.
Okay, so once that's done,
Right.
it comes down here to the inspection station.
Ah.
Okay, so machines are very fast, but they'll make mistakes very fast too. You need a human to use the human brain to make sure, did the machines do what you wanted it to do?
Got it.
Or maybe you put the wrong reel in. Hopefully not. So we have a really nice photo.
Got it, what it should look like.
What it should look like, and you can check, is all the text in the right orientation? And this is the gold. And
so how do you know, what point do you know to check? I mean,
this is the checkpoint.
I know, but I'm saying, so it comes out how often to know how to check?
We always do the first article inspection. That's the most important.
Okay.
Because the first one is when you're going to catch the most mistakes.
Got it.
But then whenever we change a bunch of things, we'll do another check.
Another check, okay.
We have this bell.
Right.
When this bell is rung,
that's a low tech.
it says, hey, let's do a check, and then the team comes over.
I like that low tech version.
Sounds really nice. I think we got that in Chinatown.
It looks like it.
It's nice. And then when it's ready to go,
push that.
They press it and it continues.
How do you know that's ready to go?
Just press the.
I know, but it didn't get checked.
Because there's a little sensor right
Oh, it says
here,
it's okay?
and it can see. And then
All right,
it goes
now
in here.
okay, yep.
And this is the oven. So actually, there's a little icon of the circuit board.
Okay.
So you know in your favorite deli, the toaster thing, they put the bagel in and it goes through and it pops out? Exactly the same.
Not quite.
But $100,000.
Yeah, I was going to say.
This is much bigger. But the boards go in, it slowly heats up. This is all temperature regulated.
Yep.
And that paste that we stenciled on,
it
melts it and makes it permanent. And that's it.
Unbelievable.
And then it cools it down. So you'll see the board comes out slowly.
Yep.
What's cool about this machine is all those other machines fit into a freight elevator. But ovens usually don't.
What did you do?
This one actually comes in 2 pieces.
Oh my
This
God.
is the only manufacturer of industrial ovens that gets cut in half.
Oh my God.
And then
Manhattan.
It's from Manhattan in South Korea.
I love it.
We're the only 2 places in the world that require it. Everybody else, it's on the ground floor.
Yeah, I know. And they have a big elevator. Well, they don't need elevator.
They don't need elevator. So we were like, oh my God, we're going to have to open the wall and crane. And we did. We've seen it happen. But, it's like you don't want to do it if you can avoid it. So we found the one place
Unbelievable
that will do it. But it was not that much. It was maybe a little bit more expensive, a couple $1,000.
And it's sealed tight.
It's sealed tight. And we brought up, it fit exactly into the freight elevator.
Oh my God.
And we slowly brought it up and we put it together.
Oh my God.
It looked good.
You're amazing.
And then the boards slowly
came out. Yep. They're beautiful. Yep, they're beautiful.
So this is a Bluetooth sensor. Yeah, this is ready. And then we pop each one off. So you see we make 15 to 20 at a time. We pop them off, test them, and sell them. And they're sold on the 3rd floor. So that's that. We have also a nitrogen generator.
Right.
And everybody here got certificates so they can run the nitrogen generator. That provides a clean environment.
Did you have to get a million city permit for that? It must have been awful.
It's okay. Everybody here has a certificate. Noah got a certificate. Michelle got a certificate.
Oh, God.
Hey.
Hi, how are you?
And this is Alicia.
Hi, I'm Gale Brewer, Manhattan Borough President. Very nice to meet you.
She's the team lead for the test prep team. So after we do all the manufacturing, that's where Alicia and her team takes over. They test and make sure that everything has good quality, 100%, so that anything we sell is like perfect, right out of the box.
Congratulations.
Good work. So that's her team, and she's in charge of that. Here's another machine we have. This is a selective solder machine.
Right.
This machine is...
When you have to solder something.
Yes, this one solders by hand with, actually, have you ever seen like those chocolate fountains?
Yeah.
Where you like dip, it's exactly like that, but with metal. It has a little fountain of metal that comes out, and it dips the parts in.
Wow.
And these are actually made in California by a company, and we just had one shipped here. And you can see this is the nozzle. It's off right now, but when it's on, it looks really cool.
Good.
We have our filtering system that just helps clean out the air.
Okay.
Because you want to have a good, you don't want to have dust.
It's wonderful in here.
Yeah,
it's wonderful.
Isn't it nice?
It's wonderful.
We're building an arcade machine.
Wow.
That's cool. We have an auto bagger. We just got this machine. This is made in Michigan.
That's beautiful. So you make them look pretty.
Yeah, and then it puts them in the bag and it barcodes it, puts our logo on, so it's ready for sale.
That's fabulous.
Yay! Okay, so let's go around.
That's after you've checked everything.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Oh, they're having their meeting. So let's go this way.
Unbelievable. Everybody who's here for the first time must be blown away.
Yeah, this is fun. So these are the parts that are ready to, after they come out of the machine, you see you put in the bin.
Right.
We keep track of work orders so we can like do quality assurance checks.
Yep.
And then the team tests and prepares every product. So this is what's on the shelf, literally,
ready to go.
For today. We manufacture about 1 million products per year here. So we like really crank through. We sell maybe 10,000 a day. We have 1,000 orders that are shipped from the 3rd floor. We ship worldwide, UPS, DHL. We have a quarterly box subscription service. So like it's humming here.
You're
it's
amazing.
like
You're amazing.
Every day we do 40 work orders sometimes per day. 6 to 8 work orders we open per day. Per week we do about 40. So all sorts of products.
And you need more business? Are you at capacity, or it's hard to know yet?
We can definitely be doing more. One of the things that's really cool about being in Manhattan is everybody here is a hustler.
Right.
We're a little bit lazy.
Right.
So it's like, can we automate? Can we make things more efficient?
Right.
So things like
But
adding...
your product is probably better than anybody else's.
Oh yeah,
that
it's
counts,
the best.
That counts for something.
Yeah, the design is like the best.
That counts for something.
And by, the way we make it work in New York is everybody here is super smart.
Yep.
They hustle. They know how to make things better.
Yep.
They don't want to just like, oh, I'm worried. Like, I don't want to make it any better because then I'm worried that I'll be out of a job. We don't do that.
Right.
Here, whenever we improve, we just make sure everybody like gets promoted. They get more benefits.
Yep.
We hire more people. We get to take on more.
And you get more business.
We get more business because we're able to do more. So one of the things that we're really proud of is in our industry, we are some of the most forward-thinking and most innovative in our technology. We're always looking, how do we improve and do better and better and better?
Yep.
Sometimes by machine, sometimes that's process, sometimes that's the way we set up our teams.
Or marketing, too.
Marketing, everything. It's a constant improvement. You can't stand still. If you stand still, you're going to get run over.
I can't stand still.
Yeah, you don't stand still.
I know the feeling. This is incredible.
Okay, next up, we're going to go talk to Vance, who's in our rework department. This way.
Let's go.
This one's good.
Okay, so we try to do the best quality work here. Like 99% of the things that come out of the machines are perfect, but that 1%, which is a lot when you're making 1 million products a year, don't work out. That's where Vance comes in. Hey.
Hello.
Hey, this is Vance.
Very nice to meet you. Very nice to meet you.
Vance is our rework lead. So Vance, what do you do here? Why are you even here?
So what I do is anytime any of the products that we create, sometimes they have parts missing or they're broken of some sort, I go ahead and I look them over and I fix them.
But how can you tell when a part is missing?
That's easy. All the parts that we have product numbers.
Okay.
So what I do is I look it up in the computer into our data system and I see what could be missing or what's out of place. From there, I assess the situation and I fix it accordingly.
He's like a detective for electronics. He's like, something doesn't work, but what is it?
And then when you fix it, then how does the company figure out that doesn't become a problem in the future?
Well, then again, I go and I coordinate with Machine Line, and I go ahead and I tell them, and we go ahead, and we assess the situation properly, and we'll go ahead and implement certain things into our run. So we'll go ahead and fix it.
We do like a root cause analysis, and we track all of our yields. Like everything is tracked in the computer system. So at the end of a run, we do a report. And so the report usually says 99%, once in a while, if it says 80%, everyone's like, whoa, wait a minute, let's figure out why do we only get 80% success rate? Vance comes in, the detective. So for example, the DC jack, this part here, we recently changed vendors.
Okay.
The previous vendor had a really good quality, but we had other issues with the vendor. I think they weren't able to supply them very fast. So we changed vendors, and we noticed the next time we used that part, the yield was very low. Like for us, very low is like 90%. So Vance noticed, and he sent an email to like the team, and he said,
I could go ahead and just check over all the ones that we have, make a note and an email, send it out, and then from there, at the end of the work order, they send it all to me. So I go ahead and I look over it.
Yeah, and then...
But then you have to work on the supplier.
We bubble it up to the purchasing team, to the QA team. We say, hey, even though these parts look good, there's something like, there's a tolerance that's off that you can't tell. Most of the parts are good, but some of them aren't. We'll work with the vendor. We contact the vendor and give them our report and tell them, hey, do better. And if they don't do better, we'll find another supplier if possible.
But sometimes they even inform us that they've changed the product a little bit differently, so it sits on the board not correctly, so that will also set off the reason why that it doesn't work.
And then you still have to change the vendor, or the vendor would have to change the product?
Exactly.
Yeah, it depends on each product. We have, I think, 10,000 individual components that we have to keep track of in our system. Each one has a unique ID, and if there's revisions, we have to go through an entire revision process, make sure it's good, we sample, we do quality checks. It's like every day, even though it's automated, there's still a lot of human smarts required in this process to make sure it goes smoothly.
But that's why your company is so good, is because you have people like Vance.
Vance is the best.
The Vance detective. Well, what's that, Vance? That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
That is so cool.
That's my things I've collected over the years.
You like dragons. And he's Player of the Year,
That's
2017.
very cool. Well, that's really cool.
Thank you so much.
Well,
I appreciate
having
it.
good tools and just a good eye and just practice and experience. Like, you know, we trained you up, like 2 years ago, I think, you've been doing rework. And now, like, he's the best. It's just, you just have to do it until you see it and you just know.
So every day almost you have something that you're looking at.
That's correct. And
It's
even
a little
from
different.
down to the machine line, I have to try to at least get familiarized with everything that we have, so then when I see it, I can assess it accordingly.
Vance does, like, you do what, 50% time in the machine?
And then 50% rework as
So
well.
he knows both. So it's like he comes at it from both directions. A lot of people here, they get trained on a lot of different skills, so they'll know if something like goes wrong in rework, they're like, oh, you know what, I run the machine, I know what happened. You need to tweak this setting or change the oven, like getting the temperature just right. All that is just experience and skill.
And when it comes out of the machine, is it like a red light or something that tells you that something's wrong? How do you know when it's like that 90%, the 10% aren't right?
Usually we do visual inspections. So when it comes out, we go ahead and we look it
look at
over.
it, you can
Yeah.
tell.
So if there is something that goes wrong, we'll go ahead and send an email like, hey, there's going to be a batch that is going to be wrong because of something that was off in the oven. We didn't know that this was going to happen because we set it too slow or too fast. So from the, or even the part could be different, like, hey, we didn't notice that they had given us a different part.
So but some of them you can fix and send back through the process, or?
Yeah, we can fix right there on the spot
And fix and send
change
back
it out.
through
Yeah,
the process.
and even they wouldn't even know it ever happened.
Got it.
Sometimes, you know, like the supplier, like we've gotten chips and the chips were all wrong. And we'll work with the company and we'll send them analysis and like, we'll help them with their process because like we're like that last check.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's kind of fun every day. It's a little different.
Yeah, that's cool.
You know, when it's humid, the LEDs sometimes crack, so we have to change the temperature to preheat them. Like all these little things, like it seems like how hard can it be, but it's the details that make it work. But we are like so focused on 100% quality. Everything that leaves here, it has to be 100% tested, checked.
Well, that's why you're so respected.
And that's why, that's when you get the reputation of quality.
You do.
Because people can always say like, oh, I can get the cheap knockoff, but they're like, well, look, it's not going to be as good. And you could, you spent, it's funny, we have people who contact us and they said, I bought a knockoff of yours and I saved like $3 and I wasted 2 weeks because it didn't work right and the company wouldn't help me. If I just bought your stuff, I would have known it was perfect.
That's the best comment you could get.
Yeah, so they weren't the customer the first time.
The knockoff didn't work, and I'm coming right back to you.
Yeah, but from then on, they're like Adafruit quality all the way.
That's right.
Vance's eagle eyes. All right, thank you, Vance.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
very
it.
much. Very nice, amazing.
We got Dano, which is where we make all our testing.
Wow.
So we make our testers in-house as well. to make our quality assurance good,
Yep.
we test every product, which is another product. I have to design the product that tests the product because, again, if somebody gets this and it doesn't work, they're going to think not good of Adafruit. They're going to be like, hey, didn't have a good time. So we want to make sure that 100% pass. So designing the test and doing that rework is a really key part that a lot of people don't think of when they think of manufacturing.
No, I do.
But it's key. Okay. Now we're going to finish up at the most fun part, which is our puppets.
Ah, you're amazing. Look at this.
These are actually made. These are made in New York. We have a designer who makes. She makes puppets for the Sesame Street.
Yeah, yeah.
We're not allowed to call them Muppets. We can call them puppets, but they're kind of like Muppets.
They are cool.
So we
Just
have
the feeling of it.
Yeah, they're nice. They're soft. So these have little switches. Hi. So we have a puppet show that we do on YouTube, and we have these characters that teach electronics. So this is Minerva, and she's kind of this wise owl character, and she teaches the other characters stuff, and we have we can move the wings.
I love it.
And then we have all of these components.
Look at this.
So all the parts that we use on the pick and place,
Yep.
we also have little characters, and we put our electronics in them.
Oh, that's fabulous.
And like they sing, they dance, and they make projects together.
Is fabulous. They're gorgeous.
Yeah, that's so fuzzy. And the show is called A to Z of Electronic Circuit Playground. So we go through each letter, and it's just like A is for ampere, and B is for battery.
Tell people about this.
It's for kids, but it's actually not for kids,
No,
right?
It's
for adults who are like, I don't actually know how a battery is made. So Adabot, the main character, who's sort of like Elmo, kind of childlike and had like wide-eyed and wants to know about the world. And then all of Adabot's friends, like Billy, she sounds like Billie Holiday, so she sings the blues all the time because she's blue.
Goodness.
And then we have Hans and Cappy and Ruby and Gus. Gus has a Brooklyn accent. He's kind of this fun old character.
Oh my goodness.
And yes, we do this show, and we actually just finished M. We're halfway through the alphabet. We've been doing it for 5 years.
You're amazing.
So that's
You're just amazing.
And it's great for kids because they just like watch it.
And then we heard when we came in from your colleague that you're working with kids who are disabled. That's like been an ancillary. That's I hate to say that, but that is a huge market.
It's huge. Well, it's not even. It's interesting because there's a market for it, but we're coming in at a different.
I know it's like he didn't expect it. He didn't expect it.
Yeah, it's not something we designed for, but we are starting to hear a lot from parents and teachers, educators who, each kid who.
Are you a DOE vendor?
I think so.
You are? Okay. I'm just saying because that might be something it's to help, market share.
A lot of the people who create stuff for disabled kids or even disabled adults, they use our technology because it's very high tech and is easy to use. So for example, we sell really big buttons, and people who want to make custom interfaces or they want to add Bluetooth to something. For example, a lot of people want to use phones, or use tablets to communicate, but they may not be able to actually use the tablet. They can use our technology to send data back and forth using custom interfaces. Another project that we know happened recently is in Harlem. There's a group that's taking temperature readings of buildings. They're using our technology.
We heard. Lucian told me that.
Yeah,
it's HeatSeek.
It's an HeatSeek. That's right.
They're cool.
They're using the board that you saw manufactured. They're using that same board, take measurements, and store them and log them so that they can see, like, okay, how does the temperature? Is the heat on, turning on? Is the temperature cool enough in the summer, hot enough in the winter? So, like, a lot of smart city DIY people like making and modifying their world. Kind of what we do here. So we were like really into empowering. We have like 3,000 products. So everything new that comes out. We actually just came out with a lot of air quality sensors. People are really doing a lot of citizen science.
Yeah.
They want to track the air quality in their neighborhood.
Yeah.
So like that's kind of neat. And they upload the data to the internet and share it with each other.
Mind blown. I know, you're mind blowing.
Okay.
You're just mind blowing.
So that was a whirlwind tour.
I'm speechless.
Yeah.
Which I'm not usually. But it's just the environment, the cleanliness, the product,
the awesome
people. Manhattan, the awesome people, the Manhattan. It's amazing.
It's very Manhattan.
It's very Manhattan.
The food here is really good, no question. When we go to our competitors, I'm like, so, like, do you have an Ethiopian place next door? And they're like, what? No. TGI Fridays, that's it. I'm like,
No, but it's just amazing.
the food trucks here are really good too.
No, it's amazing.
Yeah,
no, but
amazing.
it's the work, it's the quality. 120 people is a lot of people. Now, where do you get folks to work here? That's not so easy either.
All the people here, a lot of them come from references from within.
Yep.
So we like to have people here who know each other.
Yep, yep.
A lot of people work here, they get, this is their job. They maybe worked elsewhere and they're like, I don't want to do retail anymore, or they don't want to be on their feet. They come here, they get a really good job. Everybody here has the same benefits. We have a 401k with matching for everybody.
Yep.
The minute they walk in the door, they can get our full coverage health benefits, commuter benefits, paid family leave. We actually just added a mother's room downstairs because we have some new mothers here, which is really cool. Some more Manhattanites coming. We're adding more and more. We're adding profit sharing this year. So everybody works together here. We're all part of the same team. There's no executive, non-executive.
That's your leadership.
They got the same thing everybody else does.
That's your leadership.
And that's how everybody comes together. Like, we're here, we're doing it. So people know that they'll recommend people that they want to work with, and they have to think, do I want to be with
So has the
person
New York
40?
Times done a story on you?
Not so much.
Well, they should.
They should.
Okay, so that's my job.
Okay, yell at them.
That's my job. I'm going to do more than yell at them.
Thanks. But we just love this. And what's funny is, you're like the first person to visit who doesn't ask the question I hate, which is like, isn't it so expensive here? Why don't you move to Texas? And I'm like, no way.
I am the last one who's going to answer.
No, because the benefits of being in the city
and we're hoping,
outweigh
I think so. I mean, just in terms of recruiting too.
Yeah.
Recruiting staff. I mean, they want to be in the center. And so you're going to get better colleagues.
2 years ago, Zach Posen did a fashion show, and he used our electronics in this beautiful dress that Coco Chanel.
I think I heard about this. Yeah, I heard about this.
It was just a really beautiful, Chanel-like dress with these black pleats and everything. And it was just down the street. It was, in the West Village, and it was all electronics. You can't get that if you're
in Texas.
In Texas or in Wisconsin.
No.
The fashion, the art, the hustle, the creativity, it's here in Manhattan. All the art, all the fun. People come here and they bring their energy with them. So we actually get the best of all the rest.
No, you do. You do. And
the locals are good too.
But the fact that you built it up to get to this point is amazing.
Yeah, I came here to do an art fellowship, and I just stuck here. I was like, this is great. I love the city.
And how did you get involved in the electronics portion, though? Art and electronics go together.
Yeah, they go together.
They go together. I would say STEAM and not STEM.
Yeah, STEAM. I love to build stuff. I grew up and I love to tinker, put things together.
Yeah.
I love sewing a lot. Actually, I wanted to do fashion, but then I fell in love with electronics. And I just started making electronic art, and now I'm showing the rest of the world.
Exactly how to do it right.
And they love it.
Wow.
So we have show and tell every week. Kids from around the world show up, and they're like, here's a watch I made, or here's a video game I made. And they're learning how much fun this is.
Yep.
And it's not just math. It's fun, it's creative.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was yesterday at the High School for Math and Science, which is at City College, and they have 35% girls, and they're trying to figure out, they should have you talk to them, but they're trying to see, these girls are in math and science, but it's mostly boys, and so the principal's a woman, so she said, Gale, can you come and talk to them, because, I mean, I come from a civic tech, I'm not the fiddling, I can do the policy part, on the civic tech side, all the municipal Wi-Fi, and that doesn't exist, and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, the girls are interested.
Yeah.
They were really interested.
We're making it more interesting. Technology is no longer just making a stereo system, although it's fun to make stereo systems. Medicine, it's all tech, it's all science.
It is.
Even if you want to do civil engineering, it's all technology.
Even art.
Art, it's all CAD, it's all software, it's all building. You can't design a building or do architecture now without thinking about the technology that's going to go into it. So even if people don't become engineers, I love that they think of technology not as something scary, but as something like fuzzy, like a happy puppet.
Only you could do that. That definitely is a STEAM.
That is STEAM, yeah.
That is a real STEAM.
People have ate about. We have badges that people can sew on. So, all right, well, thank you for coming.
No, you're wonderful.
Another hug. Thanks, Gale.
Amazing. You're so amazing.
And
do you want to take a picture?
I'll take a picture. And wait.
I think we got to do this. All
right, but before we take a photo,
one
more thing.
Yeah.
We have to do the call to action.
Oh, what's that?
If people want to know more about what you do in the Borough of Manhattan, where do they get more information?
Well, they can go to the website.
What's the website?
Manhattan Borough President or Gale Brewer, either one. It
Just
takes
type
you
that into
right
Google?
there. Yep.
Okay. But then go Gale Brewer, and you can find out. I follow you on Twitter, and you tweet a lot.
I tweet a lot.
You do.
And also on Facebook.
And you go to all
and
the meetings.
Instagram.
Yeah.
And,
to see what's going on. Apparently you travel around the city all day.
well, I go from one end of Manhattan to the bottom, up and down.
That's a dream job.
Inward, down.
All right.
Yeah, you know, right now the biggest issue is the immigration. I mean, people are getting deported in the leadership.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
All right, you're on it. Well, thank you for coming.
We're on it. Thank you. This is
Thank
fabulous.
you for coming out.
This is fabulous.
This visit. I know you've got more important stuff to do, but
I don't have more important things to do than this.
Okay.
I do not.
Yay!
This is it.
All right, well, thank you for watching.
This is like a dream for me to have.
It's working out here.
Now you could just take care. I'm having a fight with the mayor over the garment center because I want a big portion of it to stay in Manhattan.
I do too.
I know.
We almost moved there because it's the last area in Manhattan that was zoned.
For
This area and that area has
manufacturing.
Special zoning.
I know.
Keep it.
We are.
Because otherwise they're going to go
I may have
Brooklyn.
you talk to the mayor. He could come here.
He's going to come here.
Yes.
And be like,
don't destroy the garment center.
No, it's beautiful.
So last night we were with them at a town hall, and 3 or 4 manufacturers were there.
Oh, great.
And they said, Mr. Mayor, we don't want to lose our manufacturing. And he was like, well, Brooklyn's not so bad. They said, yes, it is.
It's no good. Not as good as Manhattan. All right. All right, thanks everybody for watching.
Thank you, everybody.
You're the mayor.